Welcome. I hope everybody's having a good break. And so this is going to be our assignment that I talked about earlier for the class period that was off. So I wanted to talk a little bit about mass social advocacy and advocacy for clients or issues for students and for our communities. So this will be, in a video, we'll introduce the assignment. And then after you explore our website, you'll make a posting or a reflection to a discussion board that is up on our Blackboard site, 500 words or less. But to go through it a little bit, and especially since I was just at Philadelphia, which had the birth of our nation and the Constitution and the fact that we have rights to free speech, this is sort of a fitting assignment. So up here we're going to move on from social advocacy, because really what social advocacy is about is looking at issues and promoting it to others. And this is one of the sites, it's change.org, and so it promotes issues, and then you join their mailing list, and then you can sign on to various issues. So on this one, I signed on to an issue that dialing 911 from a hotel, their phone system wouldn't let you go out. You had to first dial other numbers to get out into different areas. So when an emergency happened, in this case it was unfortunately attacked by an ex-husband who ended up in the death of his ex-wife and some children. This was launched by the grandfather. Make it easier for if you dialed 911 from a hotel, it automatically send you out to emergency. So I signed up a while ago, and then this is just some of the updates as they collect more information and more signatures to help enact what they call Carrier's Law, which has been passed in a number of states, and they'd like to either have it go federal or all 50 states. So that was what I signed on. So they send me update emails every once in a while. So when you go to change.org, this is one that it's asking me to sign on. If you've been up on the news, Cheerios had put out 1.8 million boxes of Cheerios and Honey Nut Cheerios, but unfortunately it had some gluten in it, and it was named gluten-free, but it had some wheat flour in it. So they're recalling that, and this petition is starting up to try and get the company, General Mills, to donate that to food banks, because it still is edible and certainly is good, but it's just not gluten-free. So as you can imagine, 1.8 million boxes of Cheerios would make quite an impact on those that were homeless or surviving on food banks. Also keep in mind some of those have been sold, and so those boxes wouldn't have been returned. But this is just one issue, and there's a lot of issues that take off, from the environment to politics to community laws, state laws, all sorts of issues that people might find themselves in, and they want you to advance their issue to a government or an entity to take action. So we're all talking about taking action. Another website here is credo.action. So you type in credoaction.com, it will take you to the website. So on this one, it's talking about Wall Street and the executives that have what they're calling golden parachutes. Keep in mind, for some of those people, if you lose your job, you get paid $5 million and have to leave the job. And so these are golden parachutes that even if you do a bad job, you get a huge bonus at the end. And you have to keep in mind that some of these boardroom members, the people that sit on your board, sit on other boards, so they sort of continue to vote for these golden parachutes, as it's a circular game. But these are people that are earning thousands of times more than some of their employees. So this is one of the issues that you could sign on to. And so what you might do, they'd send you this petition. You can look at the right, what's the petition sign. You could put your name, your email, and your zip code and sign the petition. So sometimes I agree with them, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I participate and sometimes I'm too busy, but it is one way where your voice can be added on to others. For this one, their goal is 100,000. And they have 77,000 already reached. And some of these can go active and viral and actually reach 100,000 within a day or two to move that action forward. So if you're thinking of sort of like a paper survey, this is the electronic version. So this is just the mission of Credo that you can read through, and I invite you to explore one of these 3 sites that I'm recommending and sign on to one of the issues, or at least become aware of it so you can do your reflection. I won't make you join one of the groups because I believe in free action, but I encourage you to take action on some of these and certainly to understand where that is going. And so this talks a little bit about Credo's mission. And then also, as you can see, for some of them, they certainly have a connection with Facebook, so they have also move along that line. And this way, Credo Mobile has 275,000 people that sign on. The banner logo that you can see right here is Stand with Planned Parenthood, because there are some government caucuses that are working to withdraw all the funding from Planned Parenthood, which provides a lot of services in this area. So these are also some of the issues that you might find on these websites. And so this is the websites and where you can go. And the last one is counseling.home. It's a little bit longer website, but when you go on to that, you'll be able to see some of the issues that they might want you to contact your senator to advocate for funding for school counselors, to advocate for access, for example, in Medicare, for school psych when looking at some of the assessments, so people have access and support for it. Organizations, professional organizations, sometimes run their own sites. This one is from the American Counseling Association, so you can explore that. And they want to make it easier for you to contact your senator. So quite often they'll have the blurb ready, they'll have the addresses, you fill in the blank. Sometimes you need to identify who you are or what district you're in, and just have it move forward. So really what I want you to do is review one of these sites, select an issue, participate in that issue, or be ready to move forward, and then create a 500-word reflection and post it onto the discussion board. And then review your classmates. So one of the things I want you to cover was, why is this issue important to you? Look at your opinions on the impact that campaigns like this might have, and then whether you would sign on to some of these future methods or adopt some of the methods in the future from some of the actions you want to take. I want to hear about the pros and cons, really what you sort of think about this as we begin to advocate and really move forward when we begin to connect with our communities. So have a good break, relax, just pump this on. I'll give you a reminder next class, but my goal really is to have everybody have on their posting by Tuesday following our next class meeting. So I'll see you. Enjoy break, enjoy the nice weather, and take care. Thank you.